Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot is brought to you by Dothan Cosmetic Dentistry, Westside Auto Care, and Mustard Seed Landscaping. Welcome to the Sweet Spot. I'm your host, Corey Bradley. My guy, Cason Eubanks here. Having him back on the show to talk about the transfer portal. As we know how big of a deal this is now in current student athletics in the collegiate level. Just want to get a student athlete who's actually gone through it, what it's like, because we read about it, we hear about it, but I want to hear a true experience from someone that I know and just kind of talk about what it was like for you.
Yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking not knowing like where you're gonna go.
Yeah.
But I had a workout with Chipola, and that didn't work out. So then finally, Coach Eiley, I met with him and talked to him, and then he finally watched me play, and so it was just kind of a no-brainer since I live here.
Yeah.
But it was definitely nerve-wracking. I think it's good. I think it's good and bad.
Okay. Give me the good.
Say like you're at a Division I school and your coach leaves, but you like him a lot and he wants you to come with you. Definitely, if I was in that situation, so say I was playing for Coach Eiley at a Division I school, and he got a better job offer, I would follow him in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
like no brainer, follow him in a heartbeat. I'd play for that man every single day if I could. But that's probably the good part of it. Also, like if you're not happy where you're at, you want more playing time and stuff like that. Definitely, it's definitely a good thing to enter the transfer portal because I mean, you don't want to go to a school and sit on the bench for 4 years. But the bad part about it is, I wouldn't say bad part because it's just how college baseball is and football, whatever. Nowadays, Division I schools, they're looking for guys who are already experienced college level.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, you got these freshmen that can come in and make a difference. I mean, you look at Justin LeBron, shortstop for Alabama. He came in as a freshman, started every single game, actually playing for the USA team or one of the teams. They're still playing against each other. But you look at guys like him, I mean, transfer portal didn't bother him. I mean, I'm sure there was other middle infielders that they got from the portal, but I mean, he came in, did his business, earned the job. So, but saying that, I mean, it is hard as a freshman to go in and my experience, I went in as a freshman and I had fifth year senior at shortstop and second.
Wow.
But they had already been there. But just saying, like, so they go, you're a freshman coming in, and then Division I coach goes in and gets a guy that's already experienced at D1 level or it's junior college level, whatever. They've already experienced that, and going in as a freshman to a Division I school, it speeds up on you quick. So it's definitely hard, very hard to play as a freshman at a Division I program. But now I get to be on the other side of that and go to a Division I school where I'm already experienced college
you're
level.
that experienced guy, yeah.
So it's good and bad. Yeah. I will say that. Definitely, it's a tough process to be in because you don't know what kind of coaches are going to hit you up or if you even get any opportunities. So I mean, it's definitely hard to be in that position because I mean, you go from a school that you got offered or you committed to, and you're looking to play there, and you want to play there, but then it doesn't work out. So you have to enter the transfer portal. But yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking. A lot of anxiety for sure. But that's what I would say about it.
When you enter the portal, what access does that give other colleges and coaches as far as contact with you?
To my understanding, I'm sure they like when the season's over, I'm sure that like they have full access.
Yeah.
I mean, people post on Twitter. 3 years eligibility, 2 years eligibility, entering transfer portal.
How much do the colleges and coaches pay attention to those posts on social media and stuff? I mean, is that actually? I mean, that's become the trend,
right?
But once you enter the portal, you have to officially enter the portal system, right? So they're already notified on that manner.
I mean, all the college coaches have this big, long thing on the internet pulled up of every single guy that's in the transfer portal. I mean, last year, I know there was like 2,100 guys, probably even more. Mm-hmm. I don't know the exact number, but a lot of guys entering the transfer portal. So, I mean, there's a probably a mile long list of kids that are in the transfer portal. So they definitely, I mean, they have access to that. Junior college coaches have access to that website, all that stuff. But I think Twitter has become definitely a social media platform to be recruited.
Yeah.
I mean, you have all these coaches, especially junior college coaches who, I know Coach Eiley last year for upcoming sophomores this year, before the season started, he posted he would post highlights of upcoming sophomores that aren't committed, and just to get their name up there, because I mean, you have these D1 coaches that follow these junior college programs and are looking for guys. So when they see those see that feed of those players, I mean, it could almost become a recruiting platform. And I think it has. I mean, my whole Twitter is transfer portal, baseball, College World Series, transfer portal, and so I mean, I can sit there and watch and look at that all daggum day just to see who all is in the transfer portal and what's happening. Believe it or not, there's a lot of guys that entered transfer portal this year from Georgia Southern.
Really,
a lot of guys. A bunch of my buddies. I had Coach Ryan text me like, "Hey, what do you know about this guy? What do you know about this guy?" But yeah, it's definitely a thing that's trending is people posting on Twitter that highlights or they're in the transfer portal, because I mean, you got to think about reposts and whoever follows them.
That's true.
So it's just a long list of people that can see that. And I know when I got posted for when we were in the Panama City tournament, when I hit that double backside in the championship game, Perfect Game posted it, and just all the reposts and stuff. Man, I had like 70,000 views on it.
You serious?
That video, yeah, it was crazy. It just kept popping, and so I mean, they're telling. I mean, when I went on visits, and I was literally like right after that tournament. I mean, we were only 4 games in. I had like 8 D1 schools like texting me, following me, text me like, "Hey, I saw your." It's like I would talk on the phone, and be like, "Hey," or they'd be like, "Yeah, I saw your your hit in the championship game. You got a nice swing and stuff like that." So definitely, college coaches see that for sure. Is just posts on Twitter. I definitely think it has become a platform for recruitment.
So with the transfer portal, you talked about the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Without giving anyone's name, kind of give an example of where, because that's the first thing everybody does, right?
Yeah.
I didn't like the coach. He didn't play me this time. He said this. Right. I don't like, it's become an easy out sometimes too.
Right. Yeah.
So do you have any examples of people that you know of what you read about as far as college athletics that left the portal and it's like, it didn't necessarily go as well for them, because that's the first thing everybody wants to do is leave. And that's actually trickled down to the high school level now, to where people just leave all of a sudden because they got their feelings hurt. Really, to say it, be sensitive.
Yeah.
But without saying anyone's name or any example that you have where you're like, okay, this person left the portal and golly, it really backfired on that person.
To my knowledge, not really. I know a couple guys who, like, grades wise, they were not grades, but like educational wise, they weren't eligible or something like that. Like some of the classes didn't transfer over, stuff like that, so they had to leave, or they didn't play a whole year, so then they transferred. But to my knowledge, I don't know of anybody. I mean, I've seen a couple guys already transferred in the transfer portal, and I've already committed somewhere else. So maybe they want to be there. So to my knowledge, I don't know of anybody who has gone from out of school, entering transfer portal to being in a worse position.
Yeah.
I don't really. Not to my knowledge, not that I've talked to.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of guys out there that's
because the grass isn't always greener, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, you better make sure, we talk about keeping God at the center of things, better make sure that when you're leaving, you're actually led
for sure
by spiritual things and not by emotional
and
temporal things, man.
Right.